it's another great day. We've got great stories and reactions right here on Sporting 60 Minutes live in iRavelStudios. I'm Femi. We've got great guys right here. Opeyemi, imoru is here. I'm going to start off with half first. It's a new month. It's Women's Month, by the way. I'm going to follow all the rules to the very end this month. Okay, see what I did there.
Yeah, Femi, you know, for the first time you are wowing me, which is fine.
I'm full of surprises.
You know, it's good. It's good. It's good to be here. It's good to be always here. I think that English is correct.
Yeah. I like the way my whole thing, my eyes is white, teeth is white, shirt is white. It doesn't like this.
So I don't understand.
I match.
All right, guys, it's good to be here. You know, hanging out with these guys.
And we've got the guys. I can't call them the grumpy ones, but we've got the two of them right here. Olamide Onwuka and Princewill Oviesan here together. I'm going to just call you guys for today, the grumpy guys.
How far now? Nice to be here.
That's why nobody likes you.
Princewill, nice to...
I'm good to be here.
Nobody even likes Princewill too.
Ready to talk. Everybody likes you.
Yeah.
It fits you, no problem. It's okay.
I do the little I can do.
Okay.
I know. Well, we've got great stories. We've got great thoughts coming through. Let's go for a break first. We'll come back. We've got updates coming in from the Nigerian national team. All right, so let's get started with stories coming through today from the Champions League. My goodness, what sort of second leg games we had in the round of 16. Now, I know a lot of people made certain predictions, right? The likes of Inter Milan going through to the next phase, Arsenal beating PSV, but there were some dicey fixtures. The Real Madrid game, no one saw that game go that way, especially the manner in which it went. No one saw the PSG and Liverpool game go the way it went. But let's read through some of the results for those of you who do not know what it is. Borussia Dortmund eventually progressed. They went past Lille by a goal to 2, and that was 3-2 on aggregate. Arsenal also had a 9-3 aggregate victory over PSV. It was Aston Villa 3-0. Right, second leg against Club Brugge or Brugge. Eventually, they proceeded 6-1 on aggregate. Inter also secured a victory over Feyenoord. There was a win for Bayern Munich away to Bayer Leverkusen, which helped them 5-0 on aggregate. Barcelona beat Benfica. Liverpool lost to PSG on the day, and eventually 4-1 on penalties after aggregate score placed them at 1-1. While Real Madrid, Atleti won at home by goal to 0, but Real won 4-2 on aggregate. So now we know the pairings for the round of 16, or from the round of 16 to the round of 8.
The quarterfinals. Right?
Before we get into the quarterfinal draws, guys, what stood out for you? Which games? And Olamide, please, whatever you do not pick Barcelona because it was obviously the easiest game to predict.
I'm telling you.
What you're saying.
But Princewill, let's speak, because you did this one last week. Princewill, let's start
what you're saying. Just proceed.
Well, for me, the game that I actually wanted to see, which brought so much surprise, was the PSG Liverpool game.
Oh yeah, what is the game?
I was a little bit shocked that Liverpool dropped along the line. I was actually giving it to them to get to the next round. For me, football is all about surprises, and that actually came to be.
All right, Olamide.
Yeah, I mean, for the Real Madrid and Atletico Madrid, I was actually expecting the game that Madrid would make it through. Because, I mean, if you look at the history of Atletico and Real Madrid in the Champions League, Madrid always make Atletico cry.
Always.
Like, in the league, maybe different, but you see the Champions League, Real Madrid always know how to beat Atletico. But the controversial aspect was the penalty shootout. You know, where it was said that Julian Alvarez had 2 kicks, and then, you know.
But the rule says if you have 2 legs in the ball, it's not a goal. Now, the problem with that rule is it took VAR magnifying.
Yeah.
I'm using the word magnify. For those who know the word magnifying glass, they had to magnify just to see the second leg touched it.
But see, I've seen super slow-mos. I've seen different videos showing that particular incident on super slow-mo. Up until now, like, you can
You're
still
not convinced.
You can still dispute the fact that there was no second touch. And when the rules were made, it was not with VAR or super, you know what I mean? In view. So it's actually a disputable call, but all the same, Real Madrid, they've advanced to the quarterfinals, and, you know, I'm looking forward to their tie-up against Arsenal.
How about you?
Yeah, I think both games stood out for me. You know, we were talking about Liverpool the last time we were, and I was like, when your attacker come to the party, they win you games. And when your defense, comes to the party, they win you title. And that was the game between Liverpool and Paris Saint-Germain. They came all out. Paris Saint-Germain know what they want. Even in Anfield, when you come to Anfield, you don't go out unscratched. And Paris Saint-Germain did that. Although we could say that it's a game of penalty and it's a game of luck. Donnarumma came out. The last time it was Alisson Becker that stood the ground for Liverpool at Parc des Princes, and now Donnarumma, Gigi Donnarumma came out at Anfield, a whole Anfield, where the noise alone would not allow you to kick a ball. He stood for his team and they got qualified. I was not expecting Paris Saint-Germain to do that. And for the case of Real Madrid and Atletico de Madrid, I wasn't expecting so much, but for that game to extend to penalty shootout, it says a lot about Atletico Madrid wanting that particular tie. But they were so unlucky. I don't want to speak about the double touch on the ball, because the rule is the rule. In as much as we can be emotional about it and all of that, but it is what it is. It is what it is.
Interesting, and I agree with both of you, or all of you, three of you, for what you said, because those two games you mentioned are the only games that went into penalties.
Yeah.
That one finished on aggregate, and then that was the end. I was very excited about the Bayern Leverkusen game, because this season, Leverkusen had the number over Bayern Munich. They played 3 times, Leverkusen had won one, that's to knock them out of the cup, and then they had 2 draws in the league. And I felt that, it'd be a bit closer. 5-0. Like, come on, Leverkusen. Could have put up a fight.
So that's where experience and Champions League quality comes.
I agree, totally.
It was the same thing we saw when Real Madrid played against Atletico Madrid.
Yeah.
You cannot buy experience. It's something that you've earned. You work for it. You acquire it over time. So that was the difference between the two sides. You can play me in the league, but in the Champions League, it's a different ball game.
It's a different terrain.
Okay, well, based on what we've seen so far, we're just going to step into the round of 8 to see what's next. But before we go there, I'm just going to let out something from the cat out of the bag. My bad belly, which was working me when these draws were made.
It's always there.
I prayed that Liverpool won, because in my mind, I've calculated between Real and Atletico, whichever of them should win and proceed to the next phase. We know who they will face. If they don't beat those people, Liverpool, you are the stopgap. They must beat them. They must jar.
Chelle, I know you're driving to Arsenal.
Yes.
Yes. And you're looking at me.
Yes.
Am I the one of Arsenal?
Arsenal must lose before the semi-final.
Well, the beautiful part of
No, they will lose against Real Madrid.
No, hold on. Don't take away the element of surprise. Football, at the stage it is right now, it's anybody's game. We saw what happened between Liverpool and PSG. No, Femi.
It's too early.
Let's be objective here.
Also, I'm subjective.
No. Let's be objective here.
I'm being biased.
This is not the Super Eagles or the Nigerian terrain.
Allow him speak. Allow him speak.
Princewill will not speak, because I've explained to you that Arsenal will get knocked out before the semi-final.
That's your opinion.
Is that opinion?
Okay,
it's a fact.
It's a final fact.
Yes.
Well, probably you're one of those who play football in the spirit.
Yes, metaphysical. Yes.
But the truth is that expect anything expectable.
So you're saying,
of surprise.
So you're saying Real Madrid will lose to Arsenal in the round of 8?
I am not saying, because the game has not been played. But what I'm saying is that
no, it's not.
Olamide said something. Experience will come to play. If you
use
look at
your
the
full
pedigree-
chest.
Hold on.
Use your full chest and say it.
Hold on, Femi. It's my time. Let me talk. If you look at the pedigree between Real Madrid and Arsenal, it's nothing to compare with. Real Madrid has it all. They've been there. They've seen it. They have what it takes. And when you compare the tenacity and the drive on both teams, Real Madrid has it all. But don't forget that there are times certain things don't play out. Real Madrid was fortunate yesterday.
Yeah, they were.
If you've gone by
The god of Real Madrid, who are god of Champions League, came for them.
Oh, really?
Uh-huh.
But the truth remains that they were fortunate.
Baba, leave that. There go beat
Let's see round of 16.
I am not saying
He's not saying that.
Arsenal is not beatable.
What are you saying?
Certain element of surprises at this stage will come to play.
Allow him to drink water and drop cup now.
This is my time, Olamide. You had your time. I didn't
It's
disrupt
the
you.
fact that Princewill is trying to form like he's a civil person, speaking grammar.
No, allow him to speak.
Using tenacity.
No,
We not go to school now.
the truth remains that for you guys, nobody expected Borussia Dortmund to be in this round, but they're there.
Well, when I saw,
If you look at the performance in
when I saw
the
the
league
teams
against Leo, they'll be there now. Champions League is different now.
Okay,
Yeah, they have the experience.
No.
They have the
Okay.
experience.
Yeah,
round of let's check quarterfinal fixtures now, right? So what we know, we've already established the fact that Arsenal will play Real Madrid.
Real Madrid, yeah.
That's their bus stop. God has done it. I know.
We'll come back here to look at that. April, mind you.
We're there after the international break. Yes, we will come back.
Then
Liverpool against
PSG against Aston Villa.
Sorry, Aston Villa will take on PSG. Sorry, that's my mistake. That's in this side of the draw. The other side of the draw comes in with Bayern Munich
and Inter.
Inter Milan.
Mount watering. That's a match to see.
Then the second game will be Borussia Dortmund. They will do battle against
Barcelona. Barca!
I always thought that this other side of the draw, the left side of the draw, was a lot harder than the right side of the draw.
But Barca's side of the draw is harder.
Eh?
It is.
Like, I don't understand.
There's Inter. There's Bayern Munich.
No, but before this round,
That
side was the easier side of the draw.
So the objective of UEFA is to have those smaller teams eliminated. So you have the big boys now.
I don't think that
was not in the picture.
I don't think that was.
That was Arsenal.
I don't think that was the objective.
I don't think that was the objective. I think that the objective was to get a level playing field for all the teams to show what they can do. Because remember, Real Madrid's side, there was also Man City on that side.
Of course.
I did not.
But no, that was playoff.
So I'm saying
it was after the playoff that
the
draws was now official.
Okay, so when the draws were made, we saw that Atletico Madrid, Real Madrid, Liverpool, PSG.
Yes.
Right, who else was also in that side of the draw? It looked a bit more difficult compared to the other side that had the likes of Lille, Dortmund, who else?
Arsenal.
No.
Leverkusen.
Leverkusen.
Leverkusen
in the Champions League.
You have
Leverkusen in the Champions League. Not in the Champions League.
Leverkusen
are not good in the Champions League.
Okay.
But
this is the first time they're coming in.
You know what? Let's leave it.
Do you want to take our predictions for that one? Maybe we should leave.
No, let's leave it until April.
All right.
Because obviously, Princewill has a forfeit. Is warming up to do it there.
All right.
Arsenal with Ja.
Okay.
All right, so let's jump very quickly to the Super Eagles list. That list is out already. 23-man squad. The coach has picked the game between Rwanda and Zimbabwe. Prince, I'll give you the floor first because while we've always had differences, your positions have always come from the point of not only passion, but also the love of the Super Eagles, which you've watched for a long time. So what's your take on the 23?
I have a question.
Wow. I ask a question, you ask a question back. Prince, you always make matter tough for me.
From the 30-man list, where did they actually play to get this 23?
So originally, from what I gathered, right, from the
That's
NFF,
what I'm saying.
yes, from the NFF, the report was the manager did not want the 39 released to the general public. He wanted just his final 23, right? At least the technical director of the NFF confirmed that the manager was a bit upset that they released that. He wanted just the final 23 or 25 at most. So we don't know the other players that they were considering. We just know, these are the 25 they picked.
So you're back to what I said last week, that the manager himself is not in full grip of the team.
No, they said, so the NFF's position was, look, what they're trying to show is that while some players will not make the final 23,
they were considered.
Who made the list? It was the manager now.
And the manager says
the 39.
The 39.
So the 39, the NFF technical department has given him the list of names. So
and they went ahead to publish it to the public.
So the list of names that they now pruned it down to 39. That okay, you know what? They said the 39. So when they pruned the name to 39, he said the only list he wanted released was 23. But the NFF released 39, which was not what they should have done.
Who is in control of the team? The coach or the NFF?
Coach. The coach, match day training. So between you and I, there's no way.
Stress you.
No, there's no way.
Of the NFF.
Listen, there's no way Eric Chelle has seen Al Hassan Yusuf play.
Yes.
There's no way because he plays in the MLS. Right? He's not even watched him enough. He didn't go to Turkey to watch Nigerian players play in Turkey. So what he has seen is old clips based on the research he did when Nigeria played Mali. Right? And what the NFF technical committee has given him. So there are a few additions. The Igor Ogbu, for example, that's one new name has been added to the squad list. The Mustafa guy, it's another new name that's been added. Tolu Arokudari has also been added. So these are some of the names that the NFF has given you a pull, and it happens everywhere in the world.
Well spoken.
Okay.
NFF spokesperson.
For the first time, I say I agree.
No, I'm not agreeing with him.
No, it's just like with this point of yours.
Yes, but for me, he asked me what do I think about the list.
Yeah.
23-man squad. fantastic players. At least the crop of the players in that squad are names we know that can deliver.
You're happy Diana Cho is not there.
Yes.
Yes, yeah.
Number one.
Out of my mind, number one.
It shouldn't be there.
He shouldn't be there.
It shouldn't.
I believe that.
He shouldn't be there because he just started playing.
No. He has not really performed this season. Okay. Look, Victor Osimhen said something. He said commitment should be our watchword.
Oh.
Victor Osimhen, that commitment should be the players' watchword. Not only commitment alone. See, you're going for a very tough game in Rwanda.
We'll beat them now.
Femi, don't start this thing.
We'll beat them.
Don't start this thing.
We'll beat them.
Oh, well, I know
we will beat them.
What take a forfeit?
You know me now. You know me. Princewill, you know me.
Femi, oh yeah, it's
you
true.
know me,
It's
Princewill.
next week. Oh.
It's not next week.
It's not next week.
20.
It's
It's
next week.
It's next week.
It's next week.
Next week and upper
No,
week.
but we're in the month of Ramadan now, so it's not possible. But let me tell you something.
Okay, I will excuse you because of that.
Yeah,
Let me tell you
it's
something,
true.
Princewill. If not for Ramadan,
Waiting for
I will drop it. I will agree with you. We don't come out.
Look.
The minimum we'll get for those 2 matches.
Look.
4 points minimum.
It's quite unfortunate that we didn't take the Amadou Pinnick story. You see, in African football, the politics, the dirty politics that come to play is so bad. We saw what happened in our game against this Rwanda. A clear-cut goal was ruled out. Meanwhile, the president of the country was there. FIFA's officials were there. CAF officials were there. They didn't say anything.
Right.
You're now going back for the big one.
Amadou Pinnick, by the way, lost his FIFA council seats after failing to pull enough votes at the CAF level. Now, we know Patrice Motsepe will run for a second time as president.
Unopposed.
Unopposed. So let's leave it at that. That's the politics. And as Princewill was we wish Nigeria the best of luck moving
It's
forward.
going to get tougher now.
It
Because,
is.
I mean, we were looking at the list, of winners. Not one
Anglophone person.
English-speaking African country.
Well, let's just keep our
Very
fingers
sad.
crossed. It won't stop Nigeria from winning the next AFCON, which is already guaranteed. It will not stop Nigeria. Let's go for a break. When we come back, we've got more stories to go through right here on Sports in 60 Minutes. Well, we've still got lots of stories to share in, including our thoughts. Now, I'm going to go over to something that has been around for a bit. Remember Manchester United, based on the fact that they got new sporting owners, the Ineos Group, led by Jamal, he's given a lot of interviews. Last week, one of the things he mentioned, or was this week? It was this week.
This week, yeah.
This week. He mentioned that, they're going to be, the reason why they were cutting, making some of those cuts, stopping free lunch, reducing or increasing ticket prices for children, stopping ambassadorial roles for some people, including Sir Alex Ferguson, was because the club was at risk of running into debts, right? And he also mentioned that some of the players they had bought, they wasted money, the likes of Casemiro, mentioned Højlund as well in that same process. And, it got me thinking that as of December, United still had a lot of money, physical cash in the bank account. Now, after he gave this interview, I think it was like the next day, United announced they're planning to build a new stadium. And I'm like, okay, I'm confused. If you say you're going through, how can one of the biggest
I'm
clubs
as
in the world,
confused as you are too.
even your
Because-
stadium, you don't fix your stadium,
Yeah, you want to build a new. So I think
100,000 capacity.
I think their priority is being shifted to something else, which is the building of the stadium. So no excuse whatsoever for you to cut down all those things, because those things are necessity. They are necessity. They are important. You can't be telling me because you bought one player at a very cost price and you are running into debt, you are cutting down people's, and the next day you are granting interview of building another gigantic stadium costing so much. So where is the money from?
£2 billion.
Where is the money coming from?
The government is also going to contribute some of the
That means their priority is being shifted. I think the stadium is a necessity for them. They are not considering what is happening with the club itself. I think the
I can't
Ineos.
ask Olamide on this question.
I think the Ineos are just concerned about the stadium. So let's just leave it at
I cannot
that.
ask Olamide because already his favorite club is building a new stadium. So let's
It's
just
not
leave it.
about that.
I need to come in here. Before we came on air,
because
yeah,
the
yes,
clubs you like have not started building new stadiums.
it doesn't matter when Arsenal built their stadium. We know what it costed
Yes.
until
I
itself.
was thinking about the Enugu Rangers, but it's all right. Since you
Oh,
mentioned
okay, no
one.
go Rangers. Leave the
I think
cathedral.
I'm going to
Leave the
go
cathedral.
Rangers.
Well, you see, I was telling somebody this morning, one of our colleagues out there, that most clubs winning trophy is quite important, making money, but the fans plays a key role
Exactly.
as that team grows, and every investor wants a return.
They increased the price tickets as well.
Exactly. So if money does not come in, you can't run the club. Forget the amount of trophies you win. For Manchester United, it's all about money right now. And the new investors, they don't care if you bring in the trophies. So long they can get the investment, they can get sponsors, they want to fly, which is also dangerous to the game itself.
Olamide, what do you think?
Well, for me, I feel like, if you look at, there are lots of angles to look at this thing. For Manchester United, they have a stadium of legacy in the Old Trafford.
Church of Dreams.
So nightmares currently.
They had the option of remodeling the Old Trafford, but they opted to build a new one, which will obviously be higher in capacity. That means more revenue.
Yeah.
So in the long run, you look at how much this stadium will fetch them in return in terms of ticket sales. So for me, it's a decision that they might not necessarily enjoy immediately, but in the long run, they will definitely benefit from it.
All right, so well said. Let's leave it at that. There's nothing more to add to it. Let's go to something that has been a debate, and it's a growing debate, and it will continue until the end of the season.
Yeah.
The question of who wins the Ballon d'Or. Now, the Ballon d'Or, obviously, we know French football currently organized it, and it gained some form of reputation last year after the not Jude Bellingham, it was the Vinny Jr. Rodri situation. It was pretty controversial. This year, it's a different cast completely in terms of who will be the top guys running for it. And as you can see from our arts right there, there are quite a number of names: Mo Salah, Rafinha, Kylian Mbappe, Ousmane Dembele, Harry Kane, who's also put in quite a number of goals. I think it's currently hit the highest amount of goals by any Englishman in the Champions League. Let's start out with you, Olamide. Let's get your thoughts. Who do you think is the front runner at this point?
Yeah, for me, it was Salah, right? It was Mo Salah. Because look at his numbers in the Premier League. You look at what he's done in the Premier League. He's not been able to replicate the same form in the Champions League. Well, Salah has been very, very fantastic in the Premier League. But then you have to also mention Ousmane Dembele. Since the turn of 2025, Dembele has been amazing. Like, he went from Mr. Glassleg to be the guy who stepped up after Kylian Mbappe left. Now he's their main man, scoring goals in a changed position, operating from the centre forward position, as opposed to the wings where he cuts it. Another name that you look out for is Rafinha. How this guy...
I was waiting for you to get there.
No, I'll get there now.
It took you a while.
I'm looking at how Rafinha has been able to change his game. I mean, since Hansi Flick came in, this was a player that had a very torrid season.
It's a player who Barcelona were about to sell.
They were about to sell him to get Nico Williams.
Yeah.
But look at how this guy has changed his game. He has played in the number 10 position. He has played from both the left and right. Don't forget his ambidextrous. So this guy is very good. He's been playing. He's currently the top goal scorer in the Champions League. Number 2 in La Liga, behind the
highest scoring Brazilian as well.
Yes. So I mean, the numbers don't lie. Rafinha is a top candidate for the Ballon d'Or.
Okay, that all.
Yeah, I would stick Rafinha if he keeps up this form.
No, I like Olamide.
You merry-go-round. He kept on gallivanting until you...
No. You think I'm
just go straight to the point, Oga.
Who do you
go straight to the point.
I just gave you
all this.
He kept on merry-go-rounding.
And at the end of the 3, you not told me, I think Rafinha is this thing.
Listen, I give you 3 options.
Please, help me.
I have lost credibility when it comes to the Ballon d'Or. Over time, they've not actually given, or rather for some time, they've not actually given the right prospect the award.
But if you had your way, who would you give it to? Now, based on what we know at the moment, not based on, because this whole list can still change based on who wins the Champions League.
That's what I was going to. That twist.
This is at the moment, though.
If Liverpool had won the Champions League, that puts Salah a lot higher up. But now he's out. It means all he can win is the Premier League title and maybe the League Cup this weekend.
And you have Mbappe, Rafinha,
who's still running for the title.
Yes, and Ousmane Dembele.
Dembele is almost guaranteed he's going to win the French League, right? That already adds a 1 star to his cap, right? And then he's looking for the Champions League to even cement that position a lot more. Harry Kane also will most likely win the Bundesliga because we're not talking about Harry Kane and Bayern Munich. They are slowly moving from stage to stage. If Bayern makes it all the way to the final of the Champions League and win it, if he wins it,
probably. Let me play some sentiment here. I will want Harry Kane to pick it up.
Okay.
My own personal sentiment.
If he wins the Champions League, yes. I feel like this season's Champions League is going to be very vital in who wins the Champions League.
Not the Club World Cup.
The Club World Cup is expanded. So I'm saying
that it's the Club World Cup because if some of these teams go, like we know for sure, Man City will be there, Chelsea will be there.
For me, the
Real
Club
Madrid will
is
be
not
there.
even a
The
yardstick.
reason I'm mentioning Real Madrid is
Yeah.
because they've also got a player on the running, Kylian Mbappe. Mbappe, as it stands, is the second top scorer in the league behind Robert Lewandowski. Mbappe has scored quite a lot of goals as well for Real Madrid and is still in the Champions League.
No doubt.
If he wins
No
the
doubt.
Champions League or the Club World Cup, doesn't that improve his standing?
It does.
It does.
Because he's
does.
also French, by the way.
Yes, it does.
And we know the organizers are French.
Yes.
Yeah, but sentiments
twist.
aside, I don't think the French aspect of, I don't think it comes in play.
Those organizers can do anything.
Check,
Olamide.
check.
They can do
They
anything.
can do anything.
We saw what happened last season. They
I
can
don't
do
think it
anything.
comes in play, though.
That's why I said
Are
I've
you sure?
lost
Last
confidence
season
in the
was
Ballon
very
d'Or.
tight.
Was there a
Last
Frenchman?
season
Was there a
was very
Frenchman
tight.
in running?
Anybody could have won
Matthew,
the
was there a
Ballon d'Or
Frenchman
last
in the
season.
running?
Last
No, there
season,
was not.
I don't think there was.
not.
So what you say was
Baba, leave that in. Last season, we know that last season, if Bellingham had won it, fine. If Vinny had won it, fine. Rodri won it, also fine. So there were lots of close contenders for last season Ballon d'Or.
all right. Ope, you have anything to add to that?
For me, I think I'm looking at what is his name? Mbappe. Kane also.
I understand what Princewill is saying about Kane, and I share some of his sentiments.
Yeah.
Because I feel that Kane just feels like the underdog. Everybody is looking at everybody else.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Because everybody's talking about Mohamed Salah. We all know Bellingham, or we know what's up, Mbappe. Ousmane Dembele is also another outsider who I think is also throwing his hat into the ring,
Yeah, he
because
is.
I like to see him win. PSG, everybody says, oh, it's the Farmers League. If the Farmers League team goes on to win the Champions League, you cannot ignore
You
him.
can't take away.
Harry Kane has won a lot of
Yeah.
individual awards. So that's why maybe for individual award, I'm like, okay, I'd like him to win a team award.
Which he will this
The
season.
Bundesliga will be a great idea. But if he wins the
I'll
Champions
throw a
League,
party once he wins the Bundesliga.
That's right.
For those of who have only
Personally,
for those of who have only thought that
I think
Harry Kane,
he really
Harry Kane
needs
cannot
to,
win the
for his
Bundesliga.
own mental health.
personally, I would
It doesn't matter.
Yeah.
It doesn't
Wow.
matter. But at least he's there. I'll throw a party at
Over
Tojele
30 years.
See, and that's why. That's
Doesn't
why.
matter. In the council.
That's why. That's why. When
I
we're
know you
talking
now.
about it, when we're talking about the reason why clubs are established, we say it's because they want to win trophies. As a
No,
player,
that's
you
where.
can
No. Clubs are established because they're a business.
Yeah.
That's exactly what I was
Fans,
telling
they are
you.
a business.
No,
Fans,
Yes.
it's not
No,
for the trophy.
They play.
They
That's
trophy.
With all
How
due
do
respect,
how does
it's
a
not
club
for the
grow their
trophy.
fan
The
base?
best club in England.
Yeah.
It's not for the
Based
trophy.
on what we know. It's not going to Tottenham Hotspur.
So how do they grow their
Spurs are
fan
the
base?
Spurs are the best team.
And yet they've not won trophies.
How do they
I was
grow?
expecting
Financially,
this
brother.
from, what's the name?
What's the name? Do you know when last Tottenham Hotspur won a title? Do you
Yeah.
know when last Leicester won a title?
Even
Which one of
Nottingham
them-
Forest.
Which one of them is struggling financially? Is it not Leicester? Is it
Anyways.
this? We need to go for a break, I beg.
Yeah.
Clubs now, who go there alive? Who go survive?
Yes,
Yes,
now.
that's-
Survival
that's
of
the
the
truth.
fittest.
Yes,
So.
But
not
let's
the
go for
trophy.
a break. We'll come back. We'll give our predictions looking into this weekend football action. You know, I like this part of the show. This is my best part of the show. Why? Because whenever I decide I want to make predictions, they are always hot.
Mind you, no forfeit this month. Ramadan. Good. Let me remind you, Farabale. Farabale.
So this game now, this hot match that is on our NPFL.
Sorry.
Ikorodu City. I know it's Ikorodu City. I know it's Ikorodu
Let me
City.
talk
It's
to
actually tough.
Okay, you need to do one for me.
I know it's Ikorodu
I got
City.
you.
Yes.
Mm.
There's no Rangers now because Rangers is not. There's no Rangers on this match. This
No problem.
Our producer, who is anonymous,
Deliberately.
deliberately remove them.
No problem.
Please, let's start with you. Remo versus Heartland. Where does this go?
Rema all the way.
Aish.
Yeah, Rema all the way.
Easy win.
Ikorodu City Imba.
I think in Korodu they are feeling themselves right now, and Eimba have not really been up there. I am at home to Academy. The last match they played at home to Academy Warriors, they struggled in that match, but luckily for them, they were able to win. And we Eimba, and we saw what Ikorodu did at home when away from home.
No, but I'm talking about Heartland. The last home match at Heartland.
Okay, the last home match they did
Why don't
well.
we go to
They
the past?
did exceptionally
Yeah,
well,
good at the
and away from home too, they got a win, which is nobody saw that
Against
coming
Lobby, right?
against Lobby, because Lobby were far from home and they were trying to
for
battle
Ikorodu City,
relegation.
where they play the match doesn't matter.
So I think
we went
to the cathedral. There was the cathedral. We played that match.
So I think Enyimba should be ready for what is coming. I just pray that the goal should not be much.
They go beat
but
them.
At least a 2-1 win for Ikorodu City.
There's a surprise element.
No surprise. Prince, you are lucky. You are lucky. And I'm giving a prediction of this match right now.
Femi, you didn't even allow me to talk.
Ramadan.
You don't be upset.
You already told me what I want to hear, that they will win. That's what I want to hear, that they will win. That's what I've heard.
Princewill.
Prince, I want to make him a convert. I want to convert him. To come to a team.
No, you can't convert him because all these people, they are traditional.
No.
It's just like somebody supporting 3SC of Ibadan, Rangers of Enugu, Enyimba, Kano Pillars. You can't.
I will. No, you're about my Chelle. I work on.
You know the irony of this thing is I also support Enyimba.
I don't say anything. You have nothing to say about that.
I have something to say.
No, you have nothing to say.
That Enyimba will win from.
No, the highest that will happen is a draw.
No.
Enyimba is not going to get anything in this point.
No forfeit.
No forfeit. There is Lent and Ramadan.
Lent and Ramadan. So we won't do forfeit.
You're a lucky chap.
You're a lucky man.
Olamide, you are the most lucky human being.
No, you see.
Even Princewill is saying it.
Enyimba will not win that game.
Draw, I win.
No.
They're not going to see draw.
No.
Your forfeit is always shady.
You don't go see draw.
You will not even see draw. Just forget about it.
You go see and know what we did next week.
If anybody even see past one goal,
no forfeit this month.
Don't talk to me.
That's what I'm saying. Now the margin should not be much because
if you see one goal for that match, anybody win.
Our forfeit comes in April. I will start with Super Eagles. And it's not Femi.
Yes.
We'll face each other.
Opeyemi, yes.
Not talk too much.
It's me and you.
Too much.
Oh yeah, do one game. Let us know that we don't give anything in the NPFL. El Kanemi Rivers United.
Draw.
Let's leave it at that. Let's not answer too much.
Draw.
Princewill, Man City, Brighton.
Man City all the way.
You disagree?
Look, Man City will
still
win
said
this
it
game.
last week that Nottingham will beat Man City. You guys remember?
Nobody remembers. No.
I remember.
He said so.
I remember.
I said it now.
Nobody remembers.
Femi.
No.
I remember. Olamide, this one I did with you. I remember.
Did you wear your favorite boxers that day?
It is 3-1.
Did you wear your favorite boxers that
Olamide
day?
said so. Olamide said so.
I said it that Man
yeah, I
City
said-
will beat.
wait.
He
I
said
said
it
it
that
was a
Man City
draw.
straight win.
Did you wear your color socks?
Since
Did you wear your color
socks
socks?
were
No,
there,
not
don't
this
see
week. That week. Is it your color socks?
What color sauce? He said Nottingham Forest.
Nobody
He
knows.
said-
No.
I remember, Femi.
How do you remember?
3-1. He said it.
He said Nottingham Forest was going to
Leave all
win.
those things where you dey talk. I said it. See, and I go still talk am. This
But
one.
Man City is picking up this victory this weekend.
I object, my lord. If I may.
Objection overruled.
Objection, my lord. I feel Brighton will beat Man City.
How?
Check.
I think I'm sharing your
Check.
sentiment on this.
Just check.
Manchester City need this particular game. Look, if you
Who
check
cares?
the table,
Who cares about them
Need the
needing
match
it?
against
team-
Man
They
City.
should suffer.
Olamide, one question.
They should suffer.
Do you wear your red boxers? What I say, speaking with certainty, you wear your red boxers.
Manchester City is winning this
You know
game.
when we are
Or
predicting the
did you
history
bath
of
without
this-
your soap today?
It is because we've said no forfeit this month.
Yes.
Manchester City in this game. Because if you look at the table itself, Chelsea is just up in there.
If Brighton wins the game, they go above City.
Exactly.
Nobody cares if they need it.
You
The
guys
team
don't
cares.
Brighton need it too.
They also
The
needed the
team
game
cares.
against
Yes,
Tottenham.
now.
But see what happened.
No,
So,
Nottingham was at home.
It
Nottingham was at home.
It doesn't matter. Brighton no send you whether you dey home or away.
We don't beat you last last weekend.
Of March. April will come back. Olamide, Arsenal, Chelsea.
Okay.
Now you go fit predict this match.
Yeah, I mean,
Unbiased,
no.
Unsubjective.
Who is now biased?
undivided.
I am.
So I am
Give you
biased.
a balanced this thing.
Yeah, for me, I feel Arsenal will beat Chelsea.
Huh?
You know why?
Wrong person to ask. Wrong person to ask. No. Wrong person to ask.
Let me tell
We
you
were
why.
expecting a different verdict.
Yeah.
I would say
So the
anything.
reason is because see,
This match now draw.
Can be draw.
Arsenal are playing at home. One, Chelsea they are traveling.
They don't play at home when they play against PSV.
Chelsea they are playing
They
today
don't play the way
on
they play
Thursday.
against PSV.
Don't forget that's
That is how you guys
Party.
said about Manchester
Why you
United.
still lose with that one?
Arsenal will beat Chelsea.
Am I
When
still
they
win
watch,
one
just
against
watch.
Fulham?
It will be like 2-1.
Oh, yeah, no.
Arsenal
Hope
will
we
beat
see.
Chelsea.
No, the Arsenal Manchester United game.
No, that one was obviously a draw now.
But I said a draw, but you guys did not agree.
That's true.
Obviously,
A person
I beg you.
Princewill, if I did not know you well, I say you are compromised.
How?
If I did not know you, I say you are compromised.
How?
Because I know you well. So there's something going on.
No,
you just
Ope said
agreed
a
with Olamide. They agreed on
No, Ope said
I
a draw.
suspect
I said a draw.
you have been compromised.
I said a draw.
You know I will not
You have
compromise.
been compromised.
You know I will not
You've been
compromise.
compromised.
Okay. At the same thing we
No.
all talk.
Every time I make my own prediction at the conference, I've never heard you say Femi said this.
No, your prediction is always on the other way around. No.
Your own prediction, the angle like this.
You have been compromised.
No.
I don't know if it's our producer or if it's our executive producer that bribed you, our director that bribed you.
Nobody
You are
bribes me.
compromised.
Nobody bribes me.
You just mentioned the two people. You're trying to make them feel happy.
Everyone have a prize. No, Ope said it's
I
going to be a
said
draw.
so.
Olamide said nothing for us
Say
to
you know
win.
the
What did I
West
say?
Africa.
So what did I say?
You didn't say anything that
That's my
very
problem.
day.
This is my problem.
Femi, they behave like who know they the show.
No, you go just say neutral.
They behave like who know
I know
they
they
the
show.
show.
But if I could do City,
You know they the show.
I know they show.
if I could do City, he would take side.
No man now.
Oh yeah. Since let me use the power vested in me. Let's go to La Liga. Olamide, Villarreal, Real Madrid.
Why you not ask me the second one?
Answer the question.
I like the
Answer
fact
the
that he's not
question.
asking the
Answer
second
the
Why you
one.
not ask me the second one? This guy is
Ojuru
sweet.
master. Answer the question. So
Villarreal, Real Madrid, actually. That game was tight. But see what? See this guy. Lots of goals, but Villarreal has been a team that has always given Real Madrid
Olamide result.
I feel a draw. A draw, yeah.
We had him.
Stop gallivanting.
No, I'm looking at the
Atletico
last
Madrid.
outcome has been 4-4.
Okay.
Check. That last one was
Atletico
4-4.
Madrid at home,
Barcelona.
they are coming like a wounded lion. That anger, that's Madrid.
Okay, I got this one right.
You know,
Okay.
throw them out of the Champions League. They are
Deliberate
coming. They will invest it on Barcelona. I'm seeing a win for Atletico Madrid.
Okay.
Take it to the bank, guys.
We are
Take
talking
it to the
about
bank.
a
the reverse
team that
picture.
has not lost in
Who
2025.
won the reverse fixture?
They
Right.
play. They play.
That be no be because.
Olamide, they did not ask you this question. Why are you putting your mouth in this particular
Where we
question?
had your, I mean, this
20,
is Olaya-
You had your time.
Ope, Barcelona
Don't
has
me.
not lost a game in 2025.
Who cares?
telling me that
I
Barcelona
don't
will not
We
care.
will not lose this game. This particular
Okay.
game.
This
Okay.
particular game.
No.
This particular
They
game.
had- That game was
Atletico
what year?
logo. We're still going to
The
play
Getafe
them
game
in
was
Copa
what
del
year?
Rey.
Getafe's game was not this year.
2024, no.
2024.
December.
I know you keep tab very well, but this particular one.
I just reminded
You
him.
want to go
I said the
outside
first
the
leg.
board?
No, no, but I
No,
said
now,
first
no,
leg.
now.
this
We
week.
lent and Ramadan now.
Olamide forfeit.
He go shock you.
He make am
Olamide,
forfeit. What
the
happen?
first game these two teams played this season. Who win?
2-1. They beat Barca. 9
For
minutes
where?
goal for this thing, Montjuic.
For
No,
Barcelona
Camp Nou.
house. For where? Who be the home?
Barcelona rented ground.
Olamide, that is the twist.
Come Camp
That
Nou.
is the twist.
Come play us for Camp Nou. We will show you Pepe.
They are away now. Barcelona are away now.
Yes, now.
They go beat them.
Okay.
Atletico Madrid like this. They dey vex.
No, Barca not the verse.
No, you will be coming
know
with that
the form
euphoria
of
of you qualified.
Atalanta Inter.
That one. Now draw.
How?
Why you guys shocked?
It's his opinion now. It's a draw.
I think the draw.
You know what I think? You know what I think?
How?
I think that while I understand what you're saying from the angle, because now we're in a title race. Inter to Atalanta is 3 points.
And
Yes.
both of them are each other's.
But I'm saying is that Atalanta have not lost except once. I think once. They've not lost beyond once. I guess any of the top 4 teams this season,
Check.
except once.
Then
Last
Inter.
week, last week, Inter don't lose
They
now.
beat
Juve
Juventus
still
like
beat,
water.
Juve still beat them
Yes,
now.
4-0.
No, Juve beat Inter 1-0.
Yes, now.
That was a reverse game.
1-0.
But in this game, both
So
of them,
I'm saying that
both of
in the
them
first
are
game,
each other's
who
neck.
won the first game?
Atalanta. So
Atalanta have not lost.
it's going to be a draw.
No.
You asked me for
Atalanta.
opinion.
No, okay, that's your opinion. Me,
Okay, that's
for
fine.
me, Atalanta will beat Inter.
That's your own opinion.
No cap.
Oh yeah, more go Fiorentina, Juventus, Olamide.
Okay, Fiorentina, Juve, they mess up, Sha. I don't
Pick
think
one.
predict this game.
I'm going to pick Juventus to win this game.
I feel like it's gonna be.
I think Fiorentina away
it's
from
gonna
our
be a
home.
draw.
Yeah, okay, all right.
Yeah,
Okay, let's
it's
finish
draw.
off our predictions with PSV against Marseille.
PSG all the
Sorry,
way.
PSG against Marseille.
All the way. They are
I hear
coming
this-
with that euphoria of at qualify.
I heard they suspended, what's his name? They dropped this guy, Mason Greenwood.
Yeah.
Now they said he had some issues that they feel he's got a lot of potential, but doesn't apply himself enough to get to that level that they think he can. So,
They don't get that boy.
so it's another question
From
altogether.
Manu Wahala.
To Marseille Wahala.
Marseille Wahala.
Oh, wow.
All right, so the guys that made the predictions, some of the great games coming through this weekend, the Premier League, the NPFL, La Liga, Serie A. We'll take all our thoughts here and hopefully get some reactions from the MPFL games that were played at the weekend. We'll share them with you when we come next. Before we go, as always, we ask what we've got lined up this weekend. In no particular order, we're starting off this week from his Women's Motto. Up by you again.
Yeah, the weekend, I don't know yet, but hopefully I should be at the stadium to see the Ikorodu
Against Enyimba.
Yeah, to cover it.
You'll have a great time. I can guarantee you will have a great time. Ikorodu never disappoints. Princewill, have you got anything?
I have a chess game to play this weekend.
Chess game, that's good.
Within my area.
Oh, that's good.
Last year,
is the council also coming?
The council has nothing to do with this, family.
Okay.
You keep calling
Why
the
you?
the council is a different territory itself,
Okay.
and also I don't have a complete allegiance to the title.
To the council.
I'm only a consultant to the council.
Oh, okay,
so
sorry. Okay.
Let me that clear.
Okay.
But I'm defending a title I won 2 years ago.
Okay.
So this was the title last year, but suddenly
You know the reason I said the council? Because I thought it was a sports council thing.
now.
Okay,
Femi,
but
don't go there.
you don't have to mention the council because I'm using the word council.
I'll be having a chess competition this week.
Are you that good at chess?
Well, I can't really see you.
Because for you to say you made the final, that means those guys must be very terrible.
It doesn't really matter. I'm in the final.
Those guys must be terrible. You need to make it all the way to the final.
This guy did too.
No problem. I'm in the final.
Is that all you play? Chess?
No.
Which other Scrabble?
Yeah.
In one of these days we'll go at it.
No problem.
I even have an app. We'll probably exchange ideas and we'll play it there. Because I'm sure you can't be as good as you.
Congratulations, champ.
Will there be any fun thing for you this weekend?
Yeah, I already have an outing booked with
Testing.
my wife. No.
Wow.
Okay, the birthday thing.
Yeah, so
You have a lot of events that you go out with your better half.
What is
my
business?
best friend, man.
That's all right.
That's good.
It's okay.
So we're gonna be doing the birthday after party on Saturday.
Okay, all right. That's fun stuff. All right.
And you-
I'm in the mosque. Since you're asking, I'm in the mosque. I'm gonna pray this spirit. I'm praying that you guys see the lights.
Actually,
I can't wait for you guys to see the lights, especially you, Princewill Oviesan. I cannot wait for you to see the lights. I cannot wait for you to see the lights.
Wait, who tells I'm in the dark?
Well, I don't know.
Why did you think it's in the dark?
No.
Let's put it that way.
So so definition of the word dark is subjective.
Okay.
So if you remember what Plato said, the allegory of the cave.
Are you a philosopher?
No, hold on.
The allegory of the cave. You know how people thought that, what they saw was this until they stepped outside of the cave and saw the light. That's what I'm praying for you as well.
I'm in the cave, Abby.
Yes,
You're in the mountain.
I am, because I told you some great things about the national team, and here you are.
Oh, that's it. See, in fact, you just brought the cat out of the bag. I'm waiting for you in the pre.
That's where I will be, by the way.
Good.
You know, and then the other players I'll probably be doing, I think I'm doing the Man City game against, all right, Man City game against Brighton and Hove Albion, all right. So great stuff we've got lined up for this weekend. We'll see if all those stories will come to fruition next week. We'll share our thoughts with you right here. Big thanks to Princewill. It's been a great guy today on the show. Very humble and well behaved. Also, Olamide Onwuka. It's been great as well having him on the show. Not forgetting it's International Women's Month. Opeyemi, imoru as well. I'm Femi. Thanks for joining us. We'll catch you next time with more stories right here, Sports in 60 Minutes. Bye.